In this section, we're going to talk about a specific gravity. Okay, not this gravity. Our topic is specific gravity. In this section, we will solve an extremely interesting example together. Now, let's define a specific gravity. A specific gravity is defined as the ratio of the density of an incompressible substance to the density of the reference substance at the same physical conditions. This concept is also referred to as relative density. The specific gravity of the petroleum varies between 0.8 for lighter crude oil to over 1 for heavy crude. Commonly for the liquid phase, the reference substance is taken as water, that is at 4 degrees Celsius in 1 atmosphere. However, for gas phase substances, the reference is taken as air at 20 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere. These conditions and standards may vary from industry to industry. For example, in the oil and gas industry, the specific gravity of the oil is calculated with reference to water at 60 Fahrenheit and 14.7 psi, and it's called API gravity, where API stands for the American Petroleum Institute. The API gravity is the measure of how heavy or light the petroleum liquid as compared to the water. I think that you're probably going to ask how to calculate API gravity. Well, I have good news for you. The evaluation of the API gravity is fairly simple. First, you will find the density of the sample and water at 60 Fahrenheit and 1 atmosphere. Then you will define the specific gravity by dividing the density of the substance by the density of the water. And following this, you will divide 141.5 by specific gravity, which was previously found, and subtract 131.5. And here it is, your API gravity is ready. As it's clearly seen from the formula, API moves inversely to the density, which means that the denser the oil is, the lower its API gravity will be. So API gravity is used to classifying the petroleum liquids. The API gravity of extra heavy oil is typically lower than 10, between 22.3 and 31.1 degrees Celsius range. With regard to the light crude, it's typically 35 to 45 API gravity range, which includes the most of the highest valued crudes. It's interesting to note that Brent and West Texas Intermediate are regarded to be light crudes. Generally, light crude oil has a higher price comparing to the remaining types. Having as high as possible API does not mean that higher quality and higher prices. The crudes with API gravity higher than 45 is generally regarded to extra light crude. Such crudes have relatively lower prices comparing to the normal crude oil. Well, I hope that the topic is clear, and I think we can start solving the task. The task is very simple. You are just asked to define the grade of the oil exported by Zafar platform. Let's start. Initially, we have the density of the water at 60 Fahrenheit and 1 atmosphere, and the density of the oil at the same conditions. Both of them are already provided. Since we have the density of the water and the density of oil, we can easily calculate the specific gravity, which was found to be 0.822. And as we have value for the specific gravity, we can convert it to API gravity and define the grade of oil. The API gravity is found to be 40.58 degrees. Then we have to refer to the table in the previous slide and define the grade of the crude oil. As we have a quick glance at our table, it becomes evident that the oil exported by Zafar platform belongs to the light crude oil category. Yeah, that's it. This is the end of this specific gravity chapter. Thanks for watching.